score, but they just grabbed it. They're all yours. I just nicked them to right. No, but if we go off the box score now, I don't know. It's just I would have had to go there anyway. Get
Welcome back to round 11 of the NBL1 action here from the nest at Diamond Valley Stadium between the Diamond Valley Eagles and the Waverley Falcons. If you're joining us for the very first time tonight, good evening and welcome to the NBL YouTube channel for this clash. Last week we saw the Eagles win their fourth game out of the last 6 against rivals, the Eltham Wildcats, and it's now still one win behind finals contention, sitting on 6-8 as the competition heats up. Waverley smashed Ringwood last weekend by 19 points and is inside the 8. I'm Michael Thompson, your caller during every 2019 Diamond Valley Eagles games. And joining me as always on this brisk Saturday night is my expert, Jamie Beaton. Jay, good evening and welcome back to the coverage.
Hey guys, so we've got the starting lineups for Diamond Valley. We're going number 5, Joel Spear. Number 8, Anthony O'Dunsey. Number 24, Liam Thomas. Number 25, Logan Hovey. And number 33, Ben Allen. It looks like your co-captain Darcy Harding is out with an injury, and so is Lucas Kafritsis.
I think glandular fever is what's keeping Lucas Kaff out.
Just Waverley, their starting lineup is captain, number 0, DeAndre McWhorter, number 15, Dylan Travis, number 22, Benny Lewis, number 23, Timothy Leasting, number 24, Michael Harper.
Staying fives for both teams as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is Liam Thomas's first home game in a few weeks as well, because the last time we were at home, he was over in China for the Southeastern Melbourne Phoenix and went on tour there for a couple of days, which was a great experience for the 211 centimetre centre for us.
Yeah, no, it's great. He trying to get a developmental contract with one of the clubs, and good luck to him. He's been a star player, and hopefully someone picks him up.
Fingers crossed the Phoenix, because at least one thing, I'll know what I'll be doing. I'll be getting a Liam Thomas shirt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Representing Diamond Valley, proud.
Maybe you could hook Diamond Valley up with a few.
Few tickets, did you say?
Yeah. I'd rather a jersey, but hey, I'll take a ticket.
I'll speak to the guys from to Southeastern Melbourne Phoenix. I'll find
Just
the
not
nearest
one
person.
his size, because that won't fit me.
As we said, Diamond Valley won by 4 against the rivals in Eltham last week. Darcy Harding and Logan Hovey being the difference makers in that one. Falcons smashed the Hawks 97-78. As we do look at some of the stats over the course of the week as well. If you just join us as well, Falcons beat the Eagles by 7 as well in the early game as well. Jay, what are you expecting from both sides today? Because the Falcons are inside the 8. The Eagles won 4 of the last 6, and they're just sitting outside the 8.
Yeah, we've got Liam Kelly back, which is another monstrous big. Let's be honest, we're going to try and play through the paint. Hopefully we can hit enough shots on the outside on the kickouts to be able to keep playing through the paint. And let's just try and get some stops. Waverley are pretty stacked everywhere, as you said. They're in playoff at the second. Let's see if we can get a win on our home ground and see if we can stop the outside shooting. They've got some really good deep ball shooters. It's up to the guards to get out there.
Fingers crossed as well for the Eagles that they can go 5 of 7, which would be great, because if we remember correctly, we were 2 and 6, and now we're 6 and 8. So the tide has turned dramatically in a great way, and the momentum has shifted.
Yeah, they're on a great run. Hopefully they can keep it up, especially getting 2 guards back. It's bolstered our rotations. Going to struggle tonight without one of the captains. Darcy's obviously one of our top shooters.
Scored 20 points last week against the Wildcats too, Darcy did.
Yeah, well, he's coming into his own. He's starting to find his footing with this team.
46 rebounds, 17 assists, 8 steals, 17 turnovers as well. 29 out of 70 shots from the field, 50% from the paint, 30% from deep, 68% from the line. Liam Thomas, 9 points, 12 rebounds, had a good game as well. Yeah,
he was a little bit lower on the points, but he was struggling to keep up with Josh Sykes all game, which is not an easy feat by any means.
And some of the stats from the Falcons as well from last week too. They won by 19. Danger man forward DeAndre McWhorter scoring 30 points and 18 rebounds as we're about to kickstart this one. It's going to be
Benny Lewis and Liam Thomas in the tip, it looks like it. Lewis is just doing his drawstring up.
They had a record 59 rebounds last week, Jay. The Falcons.
I don't reckon they get many this week.
Thomas wins the tip-off for the Eagles, and we are underway for the second of our doubleheader tonight between the Eagles and the Falcons. Spear over to Thomas. We'll bounce past this one over to Hovey. He's destined to have a big game tonight. Missed on the first shot. Got 4 to contend with. He beats all 4 of them and opens a scoring for the Eagles in this one. 2-0, 9:35 left in the first.
Yeah, it was a nice little step back there.
This is with Leasteen. Over to McWhorter, who's going to be the danger man tonight, to Travis. Opportunity now for Lewis. Couldn't get there in the end. But on the back end there, on the offensive rebound, Tim Leasteen gets the first 2 points for the Falcons. Allen to Spear to Thomas.
It's a lovely little reverse move. Thomas is trying to use his length against the obviously bigger McWhorter.
Last time the Eagles were at home too, they scored 99 points against Frankston, or 1 point shy of cracking the ton. Chance here for McWhorter, can't get there.
Liam Thomas comes up with it, and Joel's going to set it up.
That was a great defensive there from Liam Thomas. Finds a Dunsey. Back to Liam. He'll find Spear. Tried to go with the step back there, couldn't get there in the end.
Even Joel Spear's trying to get in on the post game.
Falcons now, can they go coast to coast here? They cannot. That shot was missed there from Dylan Travis. And the Eagles can mop things up and reset. Good turnout tonight as well.
Yeah, getting a nice turnout.
Benny Allen sinks the 2 there. It's now 6-2 in favour of the Eagles. 8:03 left in the first. Travis to DeAndre McWhorter. McWhorter is going to be, he gets his first 2 points.
They've called double dribbles, so it's called it off.
He was questioning that.
He looks very confused.
As I said, 30 points, 18 rebounds from McWhorter last week.
Yeah, well, he's a big boy.
He is. Tell you how big he is,
Liam
actually.
Thomas is trying to use his length against him.
206 centimetres to be exact.
That was a great pass to a Dunsey. He's going to the line for 2. The foul's going to be on number 24, Harper.
And this is a great start for the Eagles too. We went 68% from the line last week, Jay.
Yeah, I need to get that number up.
Oh.
Bit of an unlucky roll.
I think we all held our breath there for the first. Dunsey can get the second. So we're at 50% already for shot to the line. It's now 7-2 in favour of the Eagles. Ball is with Lee Steen. Great defense there from the Eagles, and Spear now can use his speed, agility. Hobie!
Don't get a warning. There's a lovely dunk by Hovey.
Hobie with the jam, 9-2. We'll see definitely a lot of those tonight, won't we?
Well, I hope so.
McWhorter.
That's a big block by Big Ben Allen.
Big boy Ben is on.
It's going to stay Diamond Valley ball.
Yep, last touch there coming from number 24, Michael Harper. And the Falcons looked a bit spooked early on this one. That's the one thing the Eagles love to do normally, is get out of the blocks as early as possible, and they're doing that right here against the Falcons, who put 97 on the Hawks last week. Hovey. O'Dunsey. O'Dunsey. Welcome to the party, Anthony O'Dunsey. He's up to 3 points for the game now. Travis to Harper.
It was a great find.
Over there to
Dunsey's up with the
Lewis.
rebound.
Here is a Dunsey. Dunsey to Hovey. He's going to try and get through the traffic here. Beautifully done there by Logan Hovey. He found the traffic, and a timeout has been called from the Falcons.
By Waverley.
How can you believe that already, Jay? 13 points in the first 6.5 with 6.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and Hovey's got half of them.
Diamond Valley have just exploded. Cannot believe that. Hovey with 6, Dunsey with 3, Thomas with 2. Rebounds, Hovey with 2, Dunsey and Thomas with 1 each. 75% from the field, 75% from 2-pointers already for Diamond Valley. 14% is the Falcons. 1 from 7, 1 from 6 at 2-pointers, and they have not converted yet when it comes to the 3-pointers as well. So if you look at it now, scoring run, it's 11-0. And that's what the Eagles are on right now. They're on a rampage. So bring back Jay Baden into this conversation. Jay, we're on 11-0 scoring run at this point in time.
Yeah, it's a great little run. Hopefully we can get some stops and keep it going. They're doing great defense on McWhorter, are doing their job early because with somebody of his size, you can't just stand there in the post. Ben got the block. Liam's worked around him because Liam obviously doesn't have the girth to just go one-on-one.
Elias Palianis, who coaches the women's team too, he's going to have to work overtime for his money's worth here to coach this men's side. Adamsi with the steal. Spear joins the party. 13-0 is the Eagles, and they're up by that margin. Lewis, Harper.
Gonna stay Waverley ball. Joel got his hand on it.
15-2 already. McWalter to Travis, to Harper, to McWalter. Travis for three. Stems the bleeding just a little bit.
Yeah, it was a lovely find by Water. You don't usually see post players with such a good passing ability.
Thomas, can he keep the bleeding going? He's going to try and join the party. Can't do so there. Rebounds. Falcons, they can reset here and press forward, which is what they're doing. Travis, McWalter, can't get there in the end.
Over the back foul, I imagine it be on McWater. Yeah, it is. He knew it.
So the 13-point rampage came to an end there, courtesy of a Benny Lewis three. What can they do here? Thomas spins out of trouble. Beautiful stuff from the 211-centimeter center for the Eagles.
Yes, about 6'10", 6'11".
Similar height to Aaron Sandilands in the AFL.
Gonna be on Joel? Yeah, hand fouls on Joel Spear. It's his first. Matt Reynolds is coming in and Anthony Adunsi is gonna take a break.
Hovey on Hovey on 6, I should say.
Thomas on 4.
So again, through Grant Wallace's wisdom, spreading the scoring when it comes to being in the field. Lee Steen to McWalter.
Yeah, he's just trying to bully his way through with that size.
You saw Reynolds there. He tried to just do a sneaky steal, couldn't do so. Fortunately for his small stature, Allen for three, couldn't get there in the end.
He can hit those though.
He can. Here's
He's
Harper.
like the Ernst of this male team, I guess.
Lewis wants to join the party here for the Falcons. Over to Thomas. Thomas, a three-point territory again, couldn't do so.
You're liking that saying tonight, aren't you, joining the party?
Yeah. It's become part of the isms. The points have been waved off. As Harry
That's a bit harsh. You almost don't want that foul there.
Harry Fowle to join the party.
And
here.
Liam Kelly. Spear and Ben to come off.
Loved watching Harry Fowle since he came through the Eagles mid-season. Has the ability to shoot clutch points when he needs to.
Yeah, he's got some range on him as well, which helps.
Which we'll find out very, very shortly. Here's Reynolds, veteran of the Eagles. That wasn't a smart decision, though, from Matt Reynolds there, because it's gone straight to Travis.
He's come up with it, though, and Reynolds is out on the break.
Reynolds slowly composing himself here. Bounce pass over to Hovey. Hovey's going to try and beat him. Can he? No.
Harry's foot was out of bounds.
Just. So the points have dried up, but Eagles still out by 12 in this one, 17-5. If results go our way, Jay, I'll say that the Eagles will be just out of the 8 based on percentage.
Yeah. Logan Hovey's picked up the foul, and he's frustrated at himself for it.
But we'd be on the same points as a few of the other sides that are currently sitting on 7 wins as well for the season.
So an ex-Diamond Valley boy, Chris Arkell, is checking into the game.
You did speak about him as well. You said
Yeah, he's got a little bit of an injury, but I'm sure he'll play through it. And number 23, Lee Sting, is sitting out.
Quickly get Chris Arkell's stats up as well for...
Well, he's a shooter.
season.
I know that about him.
11 points per game. They missed on the free
Liam
throw there.
Kelly's going to pick up the foul there. That's a foul I'm sort of okay with, though. Like, Killy was just trying to make the extra effort play. Yeah, he picked up a foul, but it's nice to see hustle.
It's got Achilles back in too. Chance here now. Here's Arkell.
That's a great trap by Killy. The foul is on...
It's going to be Harper who's going to get the ball from the baseline.
The foul was on Reynolds, I believe.
Yep.
Must have been a hands foul.
Travis sinks the bucket in for the Falcons, and the margin's been cut back to 8. 17-9, 3:08 left in the first. Hovey, long pass over to Fail. He's kept his foot in there this time.
Football with a reset, and it'd be Diamond Valley, a kickball, sorry, and it'd be Diamond Valley ball.
Football, nice.
Same thing.
Oh,
He kicked the ball with his foot.
I'll pay that though, I'll pay that. As we see Neville
Everyone subbing.
and Deng Chan come on.
And you add
McWalters off.
Ben and O'Dunsey on, Hovey and Thomas off for Diamond Valley.
Dunsey, looks like he was going to go for 3.
You thought about it.
He did. Fail. Over to Reynolds. Didn't like the look of that. It looked too pedestrian for my liking, that pass. But it came to fruition because Fail's got himself 2 points and he's on the score sheet
Yeah,
too.
but I would have rather seen Harry Fail take the first shot there and take the 3.
Absolutely. Deng Chan over to Travis. To Arkell. Couldn't find Neville.
Just a little bit low, I guess.
Too low for Neville. And thankfully for big boy Ben, he's going to bring the ball back in from the baseline as Matt Reynolds takes a breather.
And Joel Rhymes joins us.
Good start from the Eagles. Went on a 12-0 run. Sorry, 13-0 run. Keeley. Allen. Back over to Keeley. And Keeley can put his name on the score sheet as well. And the spread continues, Jay.
Last touch, Harry Fail, so it's Waverley ball.
So you got 7 players on the score sheet already in this first. Neville. Travis. Back to Neville for a deep 2. And he sunk that beautifully.
Yeah, you'll live with it. It's not a high percentage shot, and with what you have to give up, that's okay.
Rhymes. Hovey about to check back in very shortly. Keeley couldn't add an extra 2 to his name. And they could break away here, can the Falcons. Arkell with 3. Arkell will hit the 3 beautifully.
Yeah, Chris can shoot.
Adansi. Spears also about to check back in very shortly too. Rhymes will find Fail, who will go for 3. Can't get there in the end. Travis with the rebound. Who run this one over to Deng Chan.
Liam Kelly's going to pick up his second foul, and I imagine that would be him off. It looks like Grant Wallace has called a timeout.
Yep. And 21 points to 14. So the last 5 scoring shots going in favour of the green side, the Waverley Falcons in this one. But a very good start by the Eagles in this one.
Yeah, that little run's given us a bit of a cushion to play with. Obviously, you want to get as many stops as you can, but at least we can afford the odd mistake here and there.
And Arkell, as you said, former Eagles boy, so he knows this court very well.
Yeah, his wife's still a ref here. He played for years here. He still himself plays here in the domestic comp every Wednesday. He's a big, big boy, and he can shoot from range, so he was always going to find an NBL team to play with, and I believe he's been with Waverley for a few years now.
As said, for Chris Arkell, 11 points per game, 6.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game as well. Field goal average, though, not too bad, 44% for Arkell.
Yeah,
this season.
especially when you think that's an outside shot as well, because big men you want sort of above 50, but that's because they shoot from a lot closer distance. When you start adding threes in the mid-40s is really good.
Look at Logan Hovey. His percentages and his averages are just jumping at the moment.
As I said, you want big men in the 50s.
Yep.
While Hovey might only be 6'4", he plays like a 7-footer.
He's almost hitting 20 points per game on average, Logan Hovey.
He's got to step it up then.
As we've seen Deng Chan shoot from the line. He'll get the first. That puts him at 1 for 2 from the line. Deng can't get the second. And Spear nonchalantly rebounds that one. Long pass to Rhymes. Duncy for 3. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Duncy is mostly a slasher, but he does have an outside shot on him, which I think teams forget because they sag off so much not wanting him to get through the lane.
Averaging 13 points per game. Arkell from long range.
I did tell you he could shoot.
Yep. And he said to Adansi, if you can shoot from long range, I'll show you what I can do. Hovey.
He's caught the foul. I believe that was on Chris Arkell.
As it's starting to get a little bit colder here
I
inside
can
the
see my own
stadium.
breath, so yeah, it's cold. I believe that was on Neville, sorry. Number 11, Neville.
Hovey for the...
He's got one more.
Probably a bit too fast on the first one, I think, from Hovey.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
leaned too... He leaned too... Like, it
He
looked
has
like
an
he leaned forward
interesting
there.
shooting style himself, so...
That was much better. But I think the first one, he leaned forward maybe a little bit too much. Able to get the second, though. Arkell, frustration on him. He knew he had the ball. He was going to go in for a backdoor shot for 2. Couldn't do so.
Yeah, especially when it's this cold, it can affect your touch.
Hovey for a deep 2. Can't, but good
Ben
tap
with
in.
the tip in.
And Benny Allen will tip that in. And the margin now is at 9 points, 27 points to 18. The Eagles.
There's 6 between the clocks, so I imagine they'll try and drain as much of that out as they can.
They're flying as one right now tonight. And the Falcons are going to have a big deficit to get back from. Arkell again for 3. Can't get there in the end. But Lewis, though.
Joel Spear turns on the Jets. Have fun trying to keep up with him.
And so the clock will stop at 2.1 seconds. And
yeah, they've got to send a long one, really. 2 seconds isn't enough time to get it into the front court.
yeah, as you said, though, Spear did lose his footing there.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Chan, Lewis, long range.
He's got
No
a chance.
fail. And a quarter time.
No, it wasn't Harry fail.
No. 27 to 18 is the margin at the end of the first. Good stuff from the Eagles.
Yeah, great start. They don't usually get off to such a good run.
Still on a 3-0 scoring run at this point in time.
I think with the noise interference, we'll take a quick break and be back in 2 minutes.
Yep. We're back in the nest here at Don Valley, 27-18 for the first quarter analysis. Here's my expert tonight, Jay Beaton. Jay.
Yeah, well, just really Waverley aren't shooting too well. They're shooting 36% from the floor, 36 from 2 and 37 from 3. It's not bad from 3. However, they need to get some better shots in and around the paint, whereas we're shooting in the high 60s. The turnovers are about even, so the steals, we're really out-rebounding them, which has come for a lot of those second chance points. And you've got Hovey, Killy, and Thomas all shooting 60, 65%.
Here's Arkell. Neville finds Lewis. Lewis will try and get the first 2 points of the quarter. Couldn't do so.
Be interesting to see where this foul is. The foul is on Big Ben.
That's his second foul. No, first foul. And it'll be Benny Lewis to shoot for 2. He'll get the first there, Jay. Margin back to 8. And Benny can complete both of those free throws with pure precision, and the margin is at 7, 27 points to 20. Adansi to Spear, back to Adansi. Thought about 3. Spear might think about 3. They're going to go inside the paint instead. Thomas might get the rebound. Spear will get the rebound instead. Shot clock at 3. Long one. Thomas got to shoot now.
It's hit the rim, so it resets, and Hovey will put it back for an and one tip-in.
And the Falcons were questioning that there.
No, it definitely hit the rim.
Yeah.
That resets your shot clock.
But they stopped there, the Falcons.
That's their problem.
Yeah, they thought straight away, the shot clock expired.
It left Thomas's hand before the shot clock expired. That's all the rule needs.
And pay dividends because Hovey now can complete that 2-point play into a 3-point play, and the margin is at 10 points.
Yeah, Hovey sort of levitates. He just holds in the air longer than should be possible.
Travis over to Lewis to Neville. Back to Benny Lewis. Bounce passes over to Arkell. Neville thinking a deep 2. They're going to go close to the paint. Arkell's going to go 3.
That's a difficult shot when you're trying to grab it from around your ankles. Joel Spear got the block, but maybe got some body as well. Yeah, that's his second. And the captain, McWhorter's going to check back in for Waverley.
It's had a quiet one.
And Neville is going to take a seat.
And Deng Chan to shoot 2 from the line. You look at McWhorter. He's only had 2 rebounds to his name and 2 assists for 7 minutes on the floor.
Well, it's a lot better for us than he did last week.
Went 30 and 18 last week against the Hawks in their demolition against the Hawks.
Joel Spear just turned on the Jets and went straight through it.
That's why Joel Spear is so exciting to see.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of it. He gets a bit passive in games because he's trying to set up other players, which is great. But sometimes it'd be nice to see him just turn on the Jets and go for it.
Okay, with the easy 2 there. He's a team player though, Joel Spear, and that's the one thing that you got to love about him. He thinks about the other players before he thinks about himself. Allen missing out there. Travis over to Chan. Was thinking 3. Lewis might think 3 instead from deep.
Lead back to 6. Let's see if Diamond Valley can get a good possession here.
Adansi going to go himself now.
To be fair, that's a pretty good possession.
He made that look too easy there, did Anthony Adansi.
Well, the defense has started to load up on the bigs.
Here's McWhorter. Oh, I thought he was going to lose it there. And McWhorter finally.
They're saying because he released the ball on the first attempt, he was allowed to reclaim it and take another
I think Wallace was thinking close to a travel there. It looked like a travel from where we were, but as I said, Spear. Swish. Exactly right. 3 points to Joel Spear and the margin back out to 9.
That's where we want to keep it. Double-digit lead's always nice.
Lewis with a 3 of his own.
It's going to become a shooting battle, is it?
Yep. There's an irregularity between our stat sheet and I think they put 4 points on by accident.
We'll find out in a second.
It's apparently supposed to be 37-31. It's 32 on the scoreboard. Lewis.
They'll sort that out on the next possession.
Yep, they have.
Yeah. It's easier than doing the undo button.
Yeah. Spear. Falcons have woken up a little bit more in this second quarter. Margin at 4. Allen.
Foul on number 15,
Travis.
which is Travis. I think he took a seat before getting his tech there because you're not allowed to swear on the court, especially in front of a ref.
Coming on now is Fredrickson for his first minutes, and Michael Harper is back out on court as well.
Yeah, Fredrickson's pretty young if I remember correctly.
19.
Yeah.
Averaging 4 points per game as well as Cody Fredrickson. Quick one there from
Well, it's always
Chan.
good to get the young boys.
Oh, Spear. Go yourself, son.
Yeah, Dunsey was like, yeah, I don't need to run for this one. They're the worst when you stop and then somebody blows the layup.
Joel Spear going himself, which at that point in time, yeah, as you said, now Dunsey thought, no, mate, it's all yours.
Well, it's good to see Spear with 9 early points.
McWalter, very quiet.
Just too big and too strong on that one.
But in this quarter, at least, he's put on 4 points. So there might be the start of something for the Andre McWalter. Hovey. Spear back to Hovey for 3. Found the bucket and found nothing but net.
Hovey showing he can play outside the paint.
7 points, the margin. Hovey's on 13. Harper to Fredrickson. Fredrickson over to McWalter.
Yeah, he's going to try and bully his way through. That's the travel.
And he knows it too.
That's really good of Liam Thomas giving up, 30 pounds there and managing not to just get barreled through.
Boquette's on. Keeley on. Thomas
Bowie
off.
and Kelly are coming through.
Dunsey off.
Good to see Ryan Boquette get some minutes. Very young player. He still plays in our youth league team.
How are they going this season?
They're in a top 4 placing, so they're going to make finals. It just depend on, the end of the season.
Spear. Easy 2 there from Joel Spear. Harper trying to get through
Ben
3
with the
players.
block.
Couldn't do so. Lewis, McWalter versus Allen. DeAndre's
Kelly's
going to win
gonna
that
pick
one.
up that one.
And he's also going to get an extra from the. He's going to try and go for the extras
Oh.
from the line.
They've called that on Ben Allen, even though Kelly copped to it.
It's Ben Allen's second foul of this game.
Bit of an interesting call. I didn't really see much with Ben there, but
19 points to 17 so far. Make that 20 points the Falcons have scored in this quarter. Eagles with 17 of their own. Spear for
that's
3.
a deep one.
Yes! He's good, Spear. He's up to 14. No Harding, no worries. Joel Spear's on fire. Harper, McWalter.
McWater's not going to have that size advantage.
McWalter loses it. And Boquette.
It's a foul on number 14, which is Fredrickson.
And
just didn't slide his feet quick enough.
Thanks for Ryan Boquette.
Thomas is back on, and Ben Allen's going to take a seat. Sounds...
Second foul there second foul for Ben Allen, so
yeah,
definitely
that's
safe
okay.
here.
I think they're just trying to stagger the minutes of the bigs.
Yeah.
Kelly's not going to give you 30 minutes, and you know that, so you've got to try and work your rotations right.
Spear, that's what Grant Wall's done so well. Thomas rebounds the ball there.
Foul likely be on Chris Arkell, number 13.
And it was funny there. You watch Liam Thomas, he just casually walked back to the line. He's just like, meh. He's like, it's not my fault, I'm 6'11". 21 points now for the quarter for the Eagles. Thomas will hit the second. Spear, bit of interest there, almost jump for it.
Surprised Arkell didn't shoot that there, having the space.
Harper, Lewis, back to Arkell. Here is your man. Missed it. Keeley, small pass over to Spear.
This looks like it's going to be a post-up.
Joel Spear,
Yeah,
over to
there it
Keeley. Missed that one. McWalter with the
Bowie's
rebound.
going up. If you're going to make that foul there, you've got to make sure the ball doesn't get above waist.
Ben Lewis gets the foul and will get the extra opportunity to score a third from the line. As you see, Rhymes and Reynolds checking back in. Jay?
Hovey and Bowie taking a seat.
We also see Dylan Travis making his way back on. And Fredrickson coming off. Averaging 13.5 points per game is Benny Lewis. And he misses that.
Spear corrals the rebound.
Margin at 9. Rhymes. Long one to Reynolds. Short one to Keeley. Back to Rhymes. To
Great
Thomas.
feed. Foul will be on McWater, which means that's his third.
Benny Lewis to take a breather. Liam Thomas from the line. Gets the half century up for the Eagles. They're up by 10.
Yeah, it's nice to have this cushion so late into the second.
It's also good to reach the half century with still 3 minutes to go in the second.
Yeah. Both teams are in the bonus, so fouls are not advised.
Arkell to Leestein. McWalter.
Kelly's going to pick up his third. And he will come out and be replaced by Ben Allen.
Big boy Ben will make his way back out onto court. Two points, 2 rebounds for Liam Keeley. It's DeAndre McWalter. Sinks the first. Margin cut back to 10. Don't mind the pink sneakers on McWalter there, Jay.
Yeah.
Bit of a standout there.
They're a new style with the two colors like fading into each other.
Rate them.
Yeah, they're not my style, but I can see how players like them.
Spear. Beautiful stuff there. 3 points from Joel Spear. And the margin now is at 12. Travis. McWalter. Trying to get through the last man and Ben Allen. There was nothing that Ben Allen could do in that instant.
Yeah, you just have to keep your hands up. You don't want to draw silly fouls.
Reynolds.
It's what always gets us into trouble with Eltham is where you get dragged into
Spear.
fouls.
Yes!
He's feeling it tonight.
Keeley with the woo, and I echo that sentiment. Diamond Valley have now hit 30 in this second.
Ben and Joel fighting for the rebound.
30-26. We could be going into the 60s here before halftime. We've got 2 minutes to do so. Spear, Rhymes. Oh. He would have torn the house down if that was a three. 59% from the field. The Eagles are shooting now. 50% are the Falcons. Here's Harper.
Foul was on Reynolds.
DeAndre McWalter will come off and Neville will come back on as Harper goes to the line.
Looks like Dunsey's going to join us. And Liam Thomas will take a much-needed rest.
He's been good today, Liam Thomas. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. As Harper will sink the first. Grant Roller's not too concerned yet. He's probably pretty happy with how they've gone so far.
Still got an 11-point lead with 1:40 to go.
And we scored 30.
Happy.
I was going to say we scored 30 points in the second as well.
Yeah. Look, putting points on the board's not this team's issues.
No.
Same as our women's team. We can usually score as much as anyone. It's just getting stops and stopping silly turnovers.
That was a silly turnover because 2 points is going to Leestein for that one. Margin back out to single digits now. It's at 9. Reynolds. Spear. Back to a Dunsey. He's going to go to Spear. Spear was sinking 3. A Dunsey.
Travel. It's the issue with the Americans is that's not a travel in America.
No.
However, it is in international ball.
Allen will come off. Thomas back on.
Yeah, it was just a quick spell to talk to him, I guess.
Good 5 out there for the Eagles in this last 50 seconds.
Got a lot of shooting.
Harper.
Even your big in Thomas is a shooter.
To Travis. Trying to find Leestein. Couldn't do so. Found Harper instead. Neville. To Arkell. Chris Arkell thinking something. Couldn't find it. And Rhymes can break away. He does. Spear's calling for it. Reynolds finds that man Spear. He'll go himself. He'll pass back to Rhymes.
Rhymes is going to draw the foul.
He copped it in the mush a little bit too, he did. And so 2-point opportunity here for Joel Rhymes. And suddenly we're looking at a handy 11-point buffer heading into the sheds at halftime. $57, 48, 27.4 seconds left. Joel Rhymes going for his first of 2 shots. Sinks the first beautifully. Rhymes gets his first points of the game. He'll get the second as well, and
yeah, they both look lovely.
Good release on both shots too there, wasn't it, Jay? Lewis. Travis. Leestein. Oh, Dunsey can go himself.
And 1. This lead's starting to open up.
I didn't have to say anything there. You heard the
you've
crowd.
had your warnings.
you heard the crowd there.
Yeah, we got the girls courtside. They did enough of the yelling for you.
Yep. As I said, if you ever want to take a breather throughout the course of the men's game and let one of the girls to jump on, feel free to. Dunsey
To be
gets
fair,
extra.
Croupie's already told you off enough in the last couple of weeks. Maybe she'd do a better job.
Lewis. Oh, Thomas tried to go for a steal. Travis couldn't find anything there. And at halftime, the Eagles will go into the break with a 14-point lead, 62-48. That was 35 points scored in that second quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be back shortly with the second half and Jay's analysis on that fantastic second quarter. Stay with us.
and with 2 minutes to go left in half-time, we just run through a bit of the stats. Diamond Valley is shooting 60 from the floor and from 2. Amazingly, 6 of 10, so 60% from three-point land, and a great 83% from the free throw line. We got 20 rebounds, 10 assists to 6 turnovers. The big differences are obviously the shooting percentage. We've had 16 points off of their 9 turnovers, and the big one we're having is 32 points in the paint, which would be a combination of Allen, Thomas, and Hovey. They're actually shooting pretty good from outside. They just need to get up some, like their shooting percentages aren't bad. They're shooting mid-40s. They're just not getting as many shots up because they keep turning the ball over. We've got a minute and a half to go. Your top scorer is Joel Spear with 20 points, followed by Lewis on 14, Hovey on 13, and Odunsi and Water both on 11. It's so cold out there, stats players are running for blankets and gloves. And back with us is Michael.
Hello.
It was nice to have a couple seconds to myself.
Yeah. We sort of hit the nail on the head of how Eels are going. Yeah. 35 points in the second is still something I can't get my head wrapped around.
Especially backing it up from 27 in the first. It's not like they had a bad first quarter either.
You can't fault the Eagles at all. So if we were to do our awards now, your player of the match will be Joel Spear.
Yeah.
And Grant Wallace would have won the battle of the coaches tonight as well.
Well, he's got a 14-point lead going into half. Although I'm not sure how much of it, it's hard to say. So not so much of it has been coaching on the floor tonight, more what he has instilled in practice. Because Spear and Odunsi are carving a defense. That isn't because Grant's coached them well. They've just gone through. He's obviously a great coach, and you can see more Grant's influence on them on the defensive end with their rotations and their communication. And the fact that somebody like Liam Thomas, who's maybe 100 kilos sopping wet, is handling McWhorter down there, who's a lot bigger than him.
100%, and all rugged up as well because it's getting colder and colder inside the nest.
Oh yeah, I'm frozen solid.
Outside right now, it's currently 6 degrees. Spear, as we kickstart this third quarter here, can the Eagles continue this momentum? Odunsi will have to get the first 2 points of the third. And he'll get the opportunity to do so because he's going to shoot 2 from the line.
23, which is listing.
So this margin can go from 14 to 16 quite quickly. Odunsi, first shot, bit off. I think he knows where he went wrong in the first shot because the second shot is much better.
Almost cursed him. When I saw the roll, I was like, God damn it, Michael.
15 points the margin, Leasteen.
How old's Leasting?
Sorry, good question. Leasteen is 21.
Yeah, he looks on the younger end of it.
Odunsi just putting the foot out, stopping the momentum slowly of the Falcons there from Dylan Travis, and Benny Lewis to bring the ball back in from the sideline. Ball with Travis. Over to Harper, to Lewis. Lewis to go for 3, couldn't do so. Spear with a great defensive rebound.
Yeah, he's had a few tonight. What's that? Spear's 6th rebound of the game?
How many of those do you think they're defensive?
I'd say 5.
Thomas.
Can actually find out.
And again, this time Liam Thomas will go to the line to shoot for 2.
7th rebound of the game. 6 of them are defensive, 1 offensive. And the offensive was that really long one into the corner.
Yeah. Thomas.
He's just come out ready to go tonight. Has Spear. You can see he's in a different gear mentally.
Well, he did some additional training over the Queen's birthday holiday, Joel Spear did.
Yeah, he was up in Brisbane. I saw some of the Instagram posts.
McWalter hits the three beautifully there. So stem the bleeding a little bit of the Falcons because the Eagles are up by 12 with 8:52 left in the third. Spear for three of his own, couldn't find it in the end. Picked up by Travis.
That's a nice steal by Joel Spear.
That was.
Unfortunately, Hovey couldn't hold on to it. The refs are just conferring, but it sounds like it's going to be Waverley ball.
Yep. It was a great little flick there too.
Yeah, well, Spear just got a hand to it and tried to guide it to Hovey, who just couldn't hold on to it.
You can hear the defense throughout effects there.
The other Michael.
Lewis. Lee Steen can't find the net.
It's Joel's 8th rebound.
Seven.
Maybe he's going for a triple-double tonight. The old Ice Cube song.
Stolen there from Travis to Lee Steen.
It's just good offense and caught the defense unaware.
Lee Steen cuts the margin now back to 10. Spear to Hovey. Back over to Joel Spear. Allen. Thomas to Hovey. Hovey. Foul's been called.
Very late call by the ref.
Lewis was
It's gonna
asking.
be on number 24.
I was going to say, Lewis said to the referee, come on, that was a travel there. Referee disagreed and said, nope. Hovey was fouled.
Third foul.
Lewis again confirmed with the referee going that he's still pleading his case that he thought that was a travel.
You're never going to change a ref's mind.
You're never going to beat a referee when it comes to this sort of stuff, are you, Jay?
Nope.
Hovey couldn't get the second.
It's like your mother, they're always right.
Yep. Hovey, though, picks up his own rebound, goes to ground.
He banged his knee.
And
Ref's just seeing if he needs mop squad out. Nah, apparently Hovey's not sweaty enough.
He's got to fix his headband up too.
Well, it's that cold right now. I imagine most of them aren't sweating a lot.
Here's Lee Steen. Margin at 12 points. Thomas, great block there on Lee Steen. Let him go. Chance here for Harper. Harper gets the two.
God, Mr. Stats guy, what temperature is it?
It's currently 6 degrees, according to my
every
phone.
digit of it.
However, give me 30 seconds. I'll tell you the exact temperature outside.
Look at Michael being all efficient.
Mr. Meteorologist over here. You'll get the extras there. Margin cut back to 9 points. Ball with Hovey.
Put him
Hovey
in the
keeps
spin
it.
cycle.
Yeah, it's currently 6 degrees still. Had to double check my stats there, Jay, but
Travel by McWhorter.
he's not happy about it all. He's had a quiet one time, McWhorter.
I think he sort of knew it. He's not happy with himself more so.
14 points from 5 rebounds. Massive far cry from his 30-18 last week. Spear to Hovey. To Allen, back to Spear. Spear finds
And
net.
one.
That's 2 points. And he goes to the
Points
line.
count. Foul is on 15.
So that's Travis.
The hands were the wrong way around. I'm like, there's not a 50.
And that's his third foul too, Dylan Travis. But Spear, he's on 22 points for the game. He's now on 23 points for the game, and the margin is back out to a comfortable 14 points.
A couple of 14. What's that?
Comfortable. McWhorter,
Nice move. Not much Ben can do there.
he's up to 16 points now. Spear. Finding space, too easy.
It's what you need more from Joel Spear. Just put your head down and get through it.
And you saw there, the Falcons just let him go through.
Yeah, they were switching defenses and got stuck between communications.
It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Fortunately, that hard place at the moment is Joel Spear because he's on 25 points for the game. Travis for three, couldn't find her. Spear almost tried to get another rebound to his name. Lewis can sink the two in. Here's Spear. Allen says that Duncy's out wide. If you want to pass it over to him, he does. Passes back over to Spear to Hovey. Thomas.
A little bit high.
To Spear. Hovey for three.
Good.
No.
Had a really good chance at it.
He did. Allen. Duncy. His turn. Couldn't get there. Great rebound there from Leasteen for the Falcons. Finds McWhorter.
I think they're sort of happy letting McWhorter shoot from out there. It's a lot less painful for them.
McWhorter finds the net, and the margin's cut back now to 9 points as Matt Reynolds is about to check back in very shortly.
That's a really nice stroke. It looked beautiful coming out of his hand.
Duncy, Spear. Back to a Duncy. Bit quick there. Thomas. 3, 2, 1. Spear. Yes.
That's
Swish.
a really tough shot.
3 points. Swish shot. 12 points. Spear is on 28, Jay. Lewis spins, twirls, can't get the two. Keeley going to check back in with Reynolds. Spear.
Really short.
Very, very short.
Heat checks have to come to an end.
I was going to say, though, with Spear, if he shot that, the house would have come down here at the nest.
Hang on. It's an old stadium. I don't need the house coming down. It's 40 years old.
Harper, thank you for the history lesson. Need more of it. Travis, Leasteen. Back over to Harper. Margin at 12. Spear on 28 points for the game.
That's Kelly picking up his fourth. Grant Wallace is going to keep him out there.
Yep.
I guess it's given Ben a good bit of rest. It would be the idea behind it.
Not sure what Lewis is thinking there.
I think they were looking at a backdoor cut and the guy just didn't cut. It's the problem when you try and run tricky plays. If everyone's not on the same page, you end up looking like a dope.
Reynolds to Spear. Back to Reynolds. Here's Keeley. He's going to be careful now. Reynolds to Spear. Joel would love to notch 30 points before the end of the third. Hovey might get 2 points as they couldn't do so. Spear almost got there. He was in a good spot, though. Couldn't get there in the end. And Thomas will be the last person touched.
By Thomas. I'd like to see Kelly actually get it on the block. He's taken a few shots tonight, but they've all been like pick and pops. I want to see him use a post move. There's not many blokes his size who can stop him. Just put your ass through and spin.
Deng Chan checks back in. Leasteen comes off.
This would be a horrible game to come off the bench from. You'd be so cold trying to get into it.
6 points, 2 rebounds for Leasteen. Not a bad spell for the young Falcon. McWhorter, they've got to rely on him now to get the points and to get them back into this.
Yeah, when you're in a drought, give it to your best player and see if he can get you out of it.
Spear.
That's why Ben Allen's coming back in.
Keeley lost it. And the Falcons again are away. Chan goes long to Travis.
Trying to get an on-ball with McWhorter.
Travis keeping it. Chan, 3, can't get there. Keeley, easiest rebound you'll ever get. Spear, looks like it was going to go to Hovey, but Reynolds was there to pick it up instead. Clock's at 10. And Hovey, it would have been something if he got it. Ben Allen about to check back in. You'd say Keeley would be the recipient to come onto the bench.
That's a beautiful move by McWhorter there. Just using his pivot and find the open shot.
Spear, 3 minutes to go in this third. And the Falcons have got it back to an 8-point lead. Thomas, long pass. Couldn't find Spear.
Lewis just picked it off.
Chan!
Grant Wallace has called a timeout.
75-69. And as we look at the scoring, while the timeout's being called and Jay takes a small breather at Edie's Pizza, 28 points to Joel Spear, 16 points to Logan Hovey, 12 points to Anthony Adunsi. McWalter, 23 points to him, 16 to Benny Lewis. So they're the only two at the moment that are keeping the Waverley in this one. But as we've said throughout the course of the coverage as well, it's been all Eagles, and it has been, and it still is. Even though, if you look at the score quarter, Waverley have scored 21 points to Diamond Valley 13. So Waverley have had them in that regard right there as Jay Bennett rejoins me.
Yeah, Diamond Valley haven't put a lot up this quarter, but that's going to happen. You can't be that hot that early and keep it. They're just lucky Joel's produced enough in this quarter to sort of keep them afloat.
You look at someone like Hovey as well, 16. You look at Adunsi, who's, he's done his bit as well. He's got 12 to his name. So it's a lot. 9 rebounds at the moment for Spear. 5 for Allen, 4 for Hovey. 28 rebounds. 21 of them have been defensive, 7 offensive for the Eagles, where rebounds for the Falcons, 16 and 5. So we're winning the rebound count quite easily here. Bounce pass, over to
He's picking it up
Hovey.
between his ankles.
Could not tap that in. Thomas tried to keep it in. Arkell kept that in. How did Arkell keep that in?
Twinkle toes.
That was a brilliant play by Arkell, and he could pay dividends here. No, he can't. Thomas. We're down to our last 2 minutes here in the third. Spear. He would love to hit 30 by the end of the third. Allen, Hovey. So you can hear Sill playing in the background as well. Momentum shifted. It's back with the Falcons.
Yeah, I feel like Diamond Valley are trying to rush the offense too much. It's like you got a full 24. Stop shooting it at the 14-second mark.
Chan, Lewis. Back over to Chris Arkell. To McWalter. Back over now to Travis. Shot clock at 2. Can't stand the bleeding. And the Eagles can go again. It's been glimpses, passages of play. Great steal there from the Falcons through Travis. And the ball's been lost.
That one went out. We need a little bit of a reset.
And the Falcons lose the ball yet again. So if you look at both of them.
Duncy and Rhymes on.
Yep.
And you've got
Thomas.
Spear and Thomas coming off.
6 points the margin, 75-69. No one's blinking this last 30 seconds, Jay. We've had coast-to-coast stuff from both teams, haven't we?
Yeah, it'd be interesting what they try and set up without Joel on there.
Allen.
It's a lovely move.
Easy, too, there.
They just want the wet patch. They just want the sweat wiped up quickly in the break of play.
Yeah. But thankfully, they've decided to keep the 2 points on Benny Allen, though, which is good.
Oh, yeah, it was only because the ball was out and stopped they could quickly get them in.
Yeah.
You're not allowed floor wipers in the court of play while the game is live.
And it's on the other side of the court, too.
Because you don't really want a 12-year-old getting trucked by McWater or Ben Allen. That might do some lasting damage.
I was to say, to be fair, I don't think you and I would like to, get mowed down by either McWater or Allen.
I think McWater weighs double me.
And how do you feel inside?
I'm fine. I can run.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're fine. Because we've got 53 seconds left in the third.
Foul on Matt Reynolds. Hands. Sub number 24, Harper, is coming on. And 15, which is Travis, shall take a rest. Waverley have done well to get themselves back in this quarter. Sure, they'd love to cut it to 5.
That's Reynolds' third foul too, by the way, for the game.
Yeah.
Arkell, Lewis, McWalter. What can he do here? He can't find the net. That's what he can't find.
Chris Arkell got enough to that to send it to Waverley ball.
Referee says Hovey was the last person with his grips on that. As Chan brings it back in from the baseline to Lewis. Lewis to McWalter. He finds the net. And you can hear the massive scream from the Waverley bench as well.
That's Ben's third foul.
It was a massive yell from the Falcons bench there.
It cuts it to 6 with the possibility of 5.
They were down 18 at the beginning of this quarter, so they're happy.
15 points to 23 in this quarter. It's now 24 to 15. Substitutions. McWalter comes off for a much-deserved spell. He's been fantastic. 26 points for the big man.
Yeah, Neville joined us.
Quick one here.
Yeah, there's 11 between the clocks, which is difficult.
Rhymes, Adunsi. Back to Joel Rhymes. Can he go for 2? Can't. Hovey
just snatched that away. He's drawn his foul, shooting. He'll be going to the line. And he's just told Lewis to shush, politely.
DeAndre
They've called no basket. The foul was on number 11, which is Neville, and Hovey shall shoot 2.
And McWalter comes back in.
Yeah, it's because it was Neville's third foul.
We'll check in very shortly,
Lewis
too.
is pushing his luck there. He's just been warned, and now he's still talking to a ref. Misses the first.
Also quickly around the grandstand, Jay. Melbourne Tigers have smashed the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence 96-61. So big win and big percentage booster for the Tigers in that one.
Hovey makes the second. Yeah, we do a run around of them in the quarter time break.
Yep. Harper, quick one here for Arkell. Over to Lewis. They've got 10 seconds to play with here. What's Lewis thinking? Lewis is thinking, I'm going to try and out-muscle him. Long range. Harper can't get it. And at three-quarter time, it's 78-72. Oh, imagine if Benny Allen got that.
Especially if he got it after the bell.
Yeah. So we'll quickly have a look around what's happening too. So Frankston's beating the Rangers 94-82. Orby Wodonga 105-84 with 50 seconds left. So Orby Wodonga will get the points there against the Sabres.
With Barlow being there, them still losing by 21.
We've always seen what our game's like. Now the regional battle here, 61-57. I might actually...
Yeah, but that's still early in the third. They've got a while to go.
So depending on how long this last quarter goes for, I might quickly chuck it on the YouTube channel after this game and watch a bit of that one. And Killside for being the Spectres, who we welcome next week.
Yeah, but the Spectres are without their 2 top players due to the 3-on-3 comp.
Eltham by 13 against Ringwood at half-time, so that game is still going. And 39-27, a low-scoring game between the Raiders and the Northwest Tasmania Thunder.
Just after half-time, that we scored more in one quarter than that.
And tomorrow, for you guys, if you want to watch it, Ringwood welcomes the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. Ballarat welcomes Orby Wodonga. And Nunawading takes on the Waverley Falcons. So I wonder how the body is going to be come 2:30 tomorrow afternoon for the Falcons.
They don't look like they're overexerting themselves. I imagine they'd back it up pretty well.
Do you think the Falcons could beat the Spectres tomorrow?
They're without Tom Wright, who is one of their top young talents, and Lucas Walker plays sparingly. So, yeah, you can catch them. Like, I was joking with my friends, like, why couldn't we have ended up against Nunawading this week and catch them? Or say, why couldn't we have been against Dandenong Women's without Beck Cole? Like, every team we play seems to get a good luck. Like, we play Tigers, and the night before we play them, they signed Jenna O'Hay. As
we're about to start the last quarter here in this one, it's 78-72. Michael Thompson and Jay Beedham with you here at Diamond Valley Stadium from the Nest. Eagles heading up west next Saturday night to take on Ballarat.
I don't know if they're going to call this. They've called a foul on number 8, which is O'Dunsey, but he's the one who hit the deck, so I was surprised they called it. Dunsey before the bucket, so it's sidelined.
He's a bit sore after that too, isn't he?
Oh, I think he went face first.
Lewis over to Harper. Over to Chan. Back to Lewis. To McWalter. He'll sink that three.
Big man's got range.
And that is how much we are now winning by. 78-75. 9:30 left in the fourth.
Interesting to see Joel Spears still sitting on the bench. You feel like you could use
Oh,
him
no.
right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, over and back turnover.
And suddenly, Jay, the tide has turned. The big moment was that three from McWalter, because now Waverley have possession of the ball on the sideline right next to us.
So it's in the front court, which is what Lewis was asking.
So the big moment of this game has been that three-pointer. Could that turn the tide here for the Falcons?
If I was Grant Wallace, I'd be wanting Thomas and Spear back on pretty quick.
Harper.
It's their only game of the week. Make them play the last 9.
Harper. Chan will get an offensive rebound. Lewis will sink it in. And the margin is at 1 point now.
And I spoke it into existence because here they come.
Eagles need someone to stand up here, and Joel Spear can be that man. Reynolds. Allen. Allen for 2.
There we go.
He can silence the Falcons bench for the short time. Margin at 3. Thomas is about to make his way back out into court as well. Which you'd say then Rhymes and Reynolds would make way for those two.
They're the two I would be imagining. McWater's turned it on in the fourth.
29-7. Adansi. Rhymes.
The way it's playing, you almost want to just
Allen. Adansi.
give the ball to Joel Spear and get the hell out his way.
Rhyme. His shot was blocked.
Yeah, you got to push that up higher over.
Harper. Oh my goodness.
Logan Hovey with the interception.
Hit the glass. Adansi. Reynolds. Can he get the ball back? He can. He'll lose it.
Silly pass.
And Harper will pick the ball back up. Over to Benny Lewis. To McWalter.
Ben Allen's going to pick up his fourth. He's going to have to be careful to finish this game. We really can't do without him.
We need Ben Allen in this last 7.5 minutes of this game.
Reynolds and Rhymes, the two to come off as expected.
On point as well. I think Liam Keeley.
I'd be just trying to set Spear an on-ball screen and let him get downhill. Spread out, shoot.
If we get into a comfortable position, that's when I think Grant Wallace can bring Keeley back on for a short time and let Ben Allen rest through.
I don't imagine there's going to be a comfortable position to finish this game now.
Adansi will get the rebound here, and they're away. The Falcons have done so well, but Hovey puts it in the bucket.
Just need to stop.
Margin of
Anthony
3.
almost had it.
Lewis yelling out instruction, telling McWalter to come a little bit closer.
Yeah, well, Thomas has got those long arms. You don't want to put a pass too close to him.
Here's Lewis again. He's been instrumental too. Couldn't find the bucket in that instant. Found nothing but rim. Adansi. Allen. Back to Adansi and almost lost it, and it's been called on Adansi, so the Falcons will get the ball back. And Anthony Adansi cannot believe it, Jay.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Glad there was no one in the chair that Adansi collided with.
And that's the second time that Adansi has just been out as well in this quarter. 6 minutes, 35 seconds, and the margin is at 3. The Falcons have fought back well. Arkell.
Adansi with another big rebound. That's going to be his third of the night. It feels like he's had more.
Allen couldn't find it.
Fourth. The machine updated slowly.
Travis.
Joel Spear with the block.
They're going to need to. It's fast pace here. Adansi.
Blocking foul. If 15 just shoved Joel Spear, so I think he needs to be careful. O'Dunsey, you can't ask for a shooting foul when you passed it.
And the foul's been called on Ben Lewis, I've been told.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see Travis just clearly shove Spear and not get anything for it, though.
And that's Benny Lewis's first foul, too, for the game. Baseline ball. Oh, still from Chan.
Hobie's back to at least contest.
Arkell for three.
Tie game, 6 minutes to go.
You can't write this stuff.
Yeah, Diamond Valley are good at giving me heart attacks.
Spear. Oh, good at giving me heart attacks as well. Allen. They've got to do something. Hobie. Can't get it. And it's all tied up still at 82 apiece. Lewis will put him in front for the first time since the start of the game when they got the first 2 points, Jay.
Yeah. Grant Wallace is a bit out of ideas. He's going to bring Kelly on and see if he can do something against McWhorter.
Spear.
Just couldn't get the bounce.
Can't find it.
Dunsey's going to have to just try and go that.
Lewis! What a jam!
Timeout, Grant Wallace.
84-82. We are going to take a very short break, very, very shortly, but the margin's at 4. And the Falcons, well, they've turned things around all of a sudden. You wouldn't have thought this, but the Eagles scored 35 points in the second quarter. And now we're struggling to keep ourselves afloat here. It just seems the Falcons have found a second gear, and they've found it late. They've got to get Spear to stand up and shoot. He's on 28 points for the game, 9 rebounds. Thomas needs to start shooting as well in the double digits. Dunsey needs to go a bit closer into the paint. Hovey needs to fire up as well. And then Ben Allen. Benny Allen's got to be very, very careful because he's on 4 fouls. And the last thing we need is for Ben Allen to be found out of this game. He's an integral part of the last 5 minutes of this contest. As Jay Bean's about to join me very, very shortly.
Yeah, they've parked Ben Allen on the bench, and they're going to bring Liam Kelly on. I imagine that'll be for about a 2-minute rest. Try and get Ben to cool his head, because he's still animated on the bench, and then bring him on to finish it.
Was I spot on, though, with how I sort of analysed what they need to do, the Eagles?
Yeah. Really, they need to just stop throwing the damn ball away.
Yeah. I think for Dante too, he's been trying to be a bit creative tonight with 3-pointers. Maybe stick a little bit closer in the paint.
That's Kelly's 5th. He's
Kelly's gone.
Go. Ben's going to have to come back in.
And Benny's not happy.
You were sort of hoping to get an extra minute rest for Ben there.
Got to rely now on Ben Allen. Kelly out for the game, unfortunately.
The issue is there's no one to back up Ben if this goes wrong.
If you're Grant Wallace, would you bring on maybe like a Harry Fail to shoot a few clutch points here and there as well to just stem the bleeding a bit?
But who do you take off in that scenario? Because Joel's been on fire from downtown.
Yeah.
You need O'Dunsey's driving ability, and I don't really want to take Hovey out. And the bigs are needed to match up with bigs.
McWhorter, he'll lose
Great
the ball.
strip by Thomas.
Here we go. Hovey can go for it. Dunsey goes for 3. Hits it!
That's a massive 3 from O'Dunsey to cut the lead to 1.
Margin at 1 point. 86-85.
Diamond Valley are in trouble with fouls, so they need to be careful.
McWhorter. Silence the home crowd for the short time.
Yeah, McWhorter's really turned it on in this 4th. He's been impressive.
Dunsey.
He's maybe struggled a bit in the middle of the paint tonight, and he's managed to find
Hovey finds 2.
That's a bit more like it from Diamond Valley.
88-87. Who would have thought we would be calling the close one tonight, Jay?
I did. It's Diamond Valley.
Thomas, can he keep a possession of the ball? He
Ben
can.
Allen's got it.
Eagles ball. Spear. Allen. Duncy. They need a bucket. Duncy with his own rebound.
It's Diamond Valley ball. Duncy was whacked on the end, which sent the ball out of bounds.
Here comes Duncy. They need a bucket here. Long one to Spear.
That pass is dangerous.
Hovey. He needs to stand up. So does this guy, Duncy. Can't get
Hovey's
there.
grabbed that though and drawn his foul. He's going back to the line. This can put us back in front.
And the cheers are up in the grandstands.
This is going to be a long last 3 minutes, I feel.
This is a big moment of this game, Jay. If Logan Hovey can get these 2 points here, that's a big moment.
He needs to hit both of these.
21-7. 22-7 and ties things up. The last thing we need to think of is OT. Hovey says we're not going to go into OT.
Late sub call. 24, which is Harper, comes on, and number 7, which is Chan, takes a seat.
Benny Lewis to bring the ball back in now for the Falcons. Eagles up by 1, 89-88. Lewis, Travis. You can have defense from the crowd. They almost lost the ball there, Travis did.
Yeah, Spear got tips to it.
McWalter going through, can't get there. Offensive rebound.
That's going to be Ben's 5th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
Don't know who you bring on.
No.
Trying to think who you've got over there on the bench. I'd probably say, yeah, Rhymes. Fail's been out too long. It'd be so cold.
Third best. I think Fail's night is done. Reynolds, unfortunately, he's not tall enough.
This is where you hurt not having a Darcy Harding who's still 6'8", 6'9".
And that's 20 points that we won't see tonight as well.
You're going to have Liam Thomas do his work early on that and have Logan Hovey match up on Chris Arkell.
McWater Sciences.
It means Lewis is going to be free a little bit.
Margin back at 1 in favour of the Falcons. Rhymes, Hovey, Duncy, Spear, Duncy going through, back to Spear. Was thinking 3. He's inside the paint. He's going to have to shoot here.
He's picked up his foul. He's going to the line for 2.
That's McWater's 3rd foul.
Would have been lovely if that had dropped to push a 2-point margin.
And again,
Joel Spear's pretty good from the line, so here's hopefully he can get both.
Another 2 shots on the line here. Spear, he's been quiet in the last 14 minutes of this game. Composure. He's on 29.
Kid's getting told to go quickly because you shouldn't be running baseline.
We wait with bated breath on this one. Spear to put the Eagles in front. He does. He's hit 30. Travis. Oh, Arkell almost lost it. And he's lost
Foot
it.
was out of bounds. Turnover, Waverley.
Chris Arkell was out of bounds. And the Eagles get it back now.
Give it to Joel and let him go to work.
Front court action. Spear. Rhymes. Love to see a 3 here.
Duncy didn't see it.
Thomas. Spear. Pivots. Back to Duncy.
Shot clock violation, but they had the ball just in time.
Jay. McWater. No, it cannot go in.
Hovey collects it. This is a big possession now to drag the lead out to 3.
Spear, Rhymes, Thomas, Duncy for 3!
That drags the lead out to 4. I love how you've almost muted your mic, so when you scream, it sounds normal now.
That was a big one. Thomas picks up his first
on
foul.
Number 5. No, it's going to be on Spear again.
Oh,
So that's
Spear,
his
is it?
third.
That's his third.
However, Joel Spear's a guard. He probably won't pick up another 2 fouls in a minute 30.
No. Originally, I thought the contact was off Thomas, and I thought first foul, that's okay. Thomas has
To
been
be
good.
fair, we would have been better at being on Thomas.
Yeah. Thomas Rhymes. Yeah, Rhymes and Thomas are the only 2 players who have not had a foul committed on them tonight. McWalter will hit both of those. A minute 41 left. 2 points the margin. Still anyone's game here. Adansi. Hovey to Rhymes. Shot clock's at 10. Spear. He's going to go back, then go forward. He's going to try and find net.
The rainbow drop over McWater. Duncy's got the steal.
What a steal from Adansi. And foul's been called. Oh, travel.
Yeah, he said he released it. They've called sideline ball, which is what the ref's discretion is.
96.
Duncy can't believe it.
92. Well, we put 99 on the board against Frankston.
This would be a heartbreaker for whichever team loses.
Because it's been probably one of the best games we've seen. Travis couldn't get there. Tap in,
Thomas has
failed.
collected it.
Last minute. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 52 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock at 10. Hovey. Can he get 2 here?
That looks all right.
Oh, he can't.
That would have been a big shot.
That would have calmed things down a bit. Lewis, coast to coast.
2-point game, 35 seconds. You just need something to go in.
Balls
I don't care if it's a 3 or a 2, just make sure it's a good possession.
Balls with Joel Spear. It's over to Adansi. 25 seconds left. I can almost run this clock down here.
No, there's 10 between it. That's why you really need something to go in.
Spear. Surely he hits over. Ryan's the hero. Thomas
However,
with
the clock
rebound.
resets. Just hold the ball.
Hold the ball.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
in! 2 points to Hovey.
And Logan Hovey kisses his biceps going too strong.
Hey, you can get the extras from the line too.
So it's a 4-point game. If Hovey can spread this out to 5, it's curtains.
Yep. Eagles.
Waverley have called for the timeout upon successful.
Are going to go 7 and 9.
As I said, it was going to be a long 3 minutes.
The
We'll
Eagles.
stay here for this one.
The Eagles are going to go 7 and 8. I cannot believe it. 5 out of the last 7 games.
Diamond Valley just need to pressure the inbounds. Don't foul. And especially if a 3-point shooter rises up, do not foul. The 3 will not harm you, the 4 does.
They've won 5 out of the last 7, Diamond Valley. This puts them, I would say, just outside the 8 now.
I believe it puts us in 9th, but on percentage.
We'll be out just on percentage. Which means next week's double trip is a vital thing because we got to get at least 1 win from that trip.
Yeah, we've got Nunawading and Ballarat, I believe.
We do. Ballarat away, Nunawading at home. We have to get a result at least in one of those games. 99-94, 8.5 seconds left. Falcons to progress into the front court after the timeout.
Means they only have 14 on the clock.
And
But there's 8.5, so it's
and
not
Diamond
guys.
Valley, who would have thought a team that was 2 and 6 weeks ago is about to go 7 and 8 because they can watch the clock run
Yeah, they're gonna
down
let it run.
and they've won by 5. 99-94, Diamond Valley win. They've gone 7 and 8, 5 of 7, and Jay.
I reckon man of the match goes to Hovey, to be honest. While Joel did a lot of work early, Hovey dragged us through on the end.
Bell, the coach, is great. Wallace wins that one.
Yeah.
Mick Walters, 37 points, wasn't enough. So Diamond Valley.
He came on late in the fourth.
He did.
He had a great fourth quarter.
5-point win to Diamond Valley. Waverley head down to my neck of the woods tomorrow afternoon. We tip off there from 2:30 p.m. against the Notawa Inspectors, while the Eagles will head up west next Saturday night to take on the Ballarat Rush Miners from 8 p.m. to tip off there. As Jay exits, thank you so much for his coverage again. We will be back here next Sunday afternoon from midday as Diamond Valley takes on Nunawading. On behalf of James Hall, Mickey Thompson, our court announcer, our camera team, and everyone behind the scenes, Jay Beaton, Michael Thompson, signing off from Diamond Valley with the final scoreline being 99-94. Eagles are now 7-8 in season 2019.